Right now, I want you to do something simple. Take off one sock, just one. Now look at your skin, exactly where that elastic was sitting all day. Do you see that line, that indentation pressed into your calf? And more importantly, does it stay there? 30 seconds, a minute, maybe even longer, before your skin slowly rises back up? If yes, then don't scroll away, because what you're looking at is not just a sock mark, it's not just salt. And despite what many people over 60 have been told for years, in most cases, it's not even your heart. This is a drainage problem, and the system responsible is something most people were never properly taught about. Right now, as you're listening, there is fluid sitting in your lower legs, maybe half a liter, maybe more, quietly pooled around your ankles and calves after hours of sitting, standing, or simply not moving enough. And tonight, when you lie down, that fluid is going to move. It will shift back into your bloodstream, increase the load on your heart, wake up your kidneys, and pull you out of sleep again and again and again. So instead of resting, your body works all night. Let me show you what's really happening inside your legs and how a simple 5-minute habit can change it. You already know the moment I'm talking about. You get home, take off your shoes, and suddenly your ankles look thicker, heavier. Your calves feel tight, like they've been filled with something. Your rings feel tighter, your skin feels stretched, and when you press your thumb into your ankle, it leaves a dent that just sits there, slowly, slowly, filling back in. You stand up after sitting for a while, and your legs feel heavy, almost stiff, like something isn't flowing properly. And when you bring this up, you're told, cut salt. Maybe it's your heart. Here, take this water pill. And for some people, yes, that helps a little. But for many people, especially after 60, it barely changes anything. Why? Because the fluid causing the swelling is not in your bloodstream. It's trapped in your tissues. And that's a completely different system. Your body actually has two fluid systems. The first one, you already know, blood. Your heart pumps it constantly, moving oxygen and nutrients everywhere. But the second system is the one almost nobody explains clearly. It's called the lymphatic system. And here's the key detail. It has no pump, no heart, no automatic engine. It only moves when you move. Every day, fluid leaks out of your blood vessels into your tissues. That's normal. It nourishes your cells, carries waste, proteins, bacteria, but that fluid needs to be drained. And that's the job of your lymph system. Tiny vessels collect it and slowly return it back to your bloodstream, about 2 liters per day. But unlike blood, this system depends entirely on motion. Your calf muscles, your ankles, your steps act like a pump. Every movement pushes fluid upward. No movement, no drainage. Now here's where it changes after 60. 3 important things happen. Your lymph vessels become less flexible. The tiny valves inside them weaken, and the surrounding tissues lose elasticity, so fluid enters faster and drains slower. That's when the buildup begins. Not suddenly, but gradually, day after day. Think about your typical day. You wake up, your ankles look normal because you've been lying flat all night. Gravity wasn't pulling fluid downward, your system had time to reset, but then the day starts, breakfast, sitting, car ride, sitting, work, sitting, rest, sitting. Hours go by, and your legs are mostly still. Fluid slowly leaks into your tissues, but your drainage system isn't running. By afternoon, it builds. By evening, it's visible. And by night, it becomes a different problem entirely, because when you finally lie down, all that fluid begins to return to your bloodstream. Your heart suddenly has to deal with extra volume. Your kidneys react. And that's why you wake up at 2 a.m., at 4 a.m., at 5 a.m., needing to urinate. Not because you drank too much water, but because your body is finally draining at the worst possible time. Now, before going further, one important note: if your swelling is sudden, painful, only in one leg, or comes with breathing difficulty, that is different. That needs medical attention. But if your swelling is gradual, both legs, worse in the evening, better in the morning, then this pattern is very often lymph-related. There are small clues your body gives you. If the swelling feels soft, if it leaves a dent when pressed, if it involves the top of your foot, these are signs your drainage system is slowing down, and over time, your body simply can't keep up. But here's the part most people never hear. You can restart this system manually, not with medication, but with movement, timing, and simple habits. There are a few things that quietly make it worse. Hidden sodium in everyday foods. Long periods of sitting, especially after dinner, and alcohol, even small amounts. These all increase fluid retention in tissues, but there are also things that help. Proper hydration, yes, more water, not less. Good protein intake, foods that support vessel strength, and most importantly, consistent movement throughout the day. Now let's talk about the simple habit that can change what happens at night. Not complicated, not time-consuming, just intentional. In the morning, before you even stand up, move your ankles, point your toes, then flex them back. Do it about 30 times. This wakes up your drainage system immediately. During the day, every hour, move your feet or calves, even 20 repetitions. It keeps the flow going. Before dinner, just 5 minutes of walking, nothing intense, just enough to activate your legs. And then, the most important part, in the evening, before bed, lie down and raise your legs higher than your heart. Stay like that for about 15 minutes. While you're there, move your ankles slowly and take deep breaths. Let your belly rise with each breath. This activates the main lymph channel in your body. When you come down, gently massage your legs upward, from ankle to knee. Slow, light, upward strokes. You're helping move fluid where it needs to go, and something interesting happens after that. You'll feel the urge to urinate. That's the fluid. Leaving your body while you're still awake, not in the middle of the night. Do this consistently for even a couple of weeks, and the changes are noticeable. Less swelling, better sleep, lighter legs, more comfort in your shoes. Your body isn't failing you. It's simply missing the signals it needs to keep things flowing. And once you give it those signals again, it responds quietly but powerfully. So tonight, pay attention to your ankles. Notice what they're telling you, because small signs like this often reveal much bigger patterns inside the body. Patterns most people never stop to understand. And the truth is, your body has been trying to show you this for years. Not loudly, not dramatically, but quietly, consistently, every single day, in the slight heaviness you feel when you stand up, in the tightness around your ankles in the evening, in the way your shoes feel different at night than they do in the morning. These are not random sensations. They are messages, signals that something in the system is slowing down. And here's where most people get stuck, because the moment they notice something is off, they look for a quick explanation, something simple. Maybe I ate too much salt today. Maybe I didn't drink enough water. Maybe it's just age. And while those things can play a role, they don't explain the full picture, because what's really happening is deeper than a single meal or a single habit. It's a pattern, a daily cycle that repeats again and again without interruption. Morning, you wake up, things feel normal. Afternoon, a little tightness begins. Evening, swelling becomes visible. Night, your body tries to fix it while you sleep, then the cycle resets. But over time, that reset becomes less effective. The swelling doesn't fully go away, the heaviness lingers, the marks stay longer, and slowly, almost invisibly, your baseline begins to change. This is how small problems become chronic, not in one moment, but through repetition, through days that look normal on the surface, but quietly add up underneath. Now think about this for a second. If your body is dealing with extra fluid every single day and only partially clearing it each night, where does the rest go? It stays, layer by layer, day by day, building a new normal that doesn't feel wrong enough to panic, but doesn't feel right either. And this is where awareness changes everything. Because the moment you see the pattern, you can interrupt it. You don't need extreme changes. You don't need complicated routines. You just need to shift when and how your body drains. Because right now, it's happening at the wrong time. Instead of draining during the day, while you're active, your body is being forced to drain at night when it should be recovering. That's the imbalance. That's the hidden stress. And the longer that continues, the more pressure builds inside your system. Your vessels stretch, your tissues adapt, your sleep suffers, your energy drops, and slowly, your body starts compensating in ways you don't immediately notice. Maybe you feel more tired in the morning, maybe your legs feel heavier earlier in the day, maybe you start avoiding certain shoes, certain activities, without even realizing why. This is how the body adapts, quietly, gradually, until one day, you look back and realize something has changed. But here's the important part. This process is not permanent. It's responsive. Meaning, when you change the input, the body changes the output. And this is why small, consistent actions matter more than big, occasional efforts, because your lymphatic system doesn't respond to intensity, it responds to frequency, to rhythm, to repetition. Every time you move your ankles, you're sending a signal. Every time your calf muscles contract, you're pushing fluid upward. Every time you elevate your legs, you're reversing gravity's effect. And when these signals happen consistently, your system starts to relearn its flow. Think of it like a path that's been unused for years. At first, it's blocked, overgrown, difficult to pass through. But the more you walk it, the clearer it becomes, the easier it gets, until eventually, it feels natural again. Your body works the same way. It remembers, it adapts, it improves, when given the right conditions. But here's something most people don't realize. Consistency doesn't mean perfection. You don't have to do everything exactly right. You don't have to follow every step flawlessly. You just have to start and keep going. Because even partial improvement creates momentum, and momentum creates change. Now imagine this. 2 weeks from now, you take off your socks in the evening, and there's no deep indentation. Your ankles look normal. Your legs feel lighter. And when you go to bed, you sleep through the night without waking up repeatedly. That change doesn't come from a single moment. It comes from small actions, stacked together, day after day. And once you feel that difference, it becomes very hard to go back, because your body will remind you what balance feels like. So tonight, don't ignore the signal. Don't brush it off. Don't tell yourself it's nothing. Instead, pay attention, observe, test, notice how your body responds, because awareness is the first step, but action is what creates change. And the best part, you don't need to wait, you don't need to prepare, you don't need anything complicated. You can start right now with something as simple as moving your ankles, taking a short walk, or lying down and letting gravity work in your favor for once. Small actions, real impact. And as you begin to notice the difference, you'll start to understand something most people never fully realize. Your body is not working against you. It's responding to you. Every habit, every pattern, every choice. And when you shift those patterns, even slightly, the results can feel surprisingly powerful. So the next time you see that mark on your skin, don't just see a line, see a message, a clue, a signal from a system that's asking for movement, support, attention. Because once you understand the pattern, you're no longer reacting to symptoms. You're influencing the system itself. And that's where real change begins, quietly, steadily, and often sooner than you expect. And the surprising part is, most people don't notice the change the moment it starts, because it doesn't happen all at once. It shows up in small ways first, subtle shifts. Easy to miss, unless you're paying attention. Maybe one evening, you take off your socks, and the indentation isn't as deep. You pause for a second, you look again. Was it always like this? Or is something actually changing? The next morning, you wake up, and your legs feel just a little lighter. Not dramatically different, just easier, more comfortable, and that's how progress begins. Not with a big, obvious transformation, but with quiet improvements that build on each other. This is important to understand because many people give up too early. They expect immediate, dramatic results, and when that doesn't happen, they assume nothing is working. But your body doesn't operate on impatience. It operates on consistency. Think about how long the problem has been building. Months, maybe years, of the same patterns, the same routine, the same long hours of sitting without giving your system what it needs. So when you finally start supporting it, it doesn't snap back overnight. It recalibrates, step by step, layer by layer. And the more consistent you are, the faster those layers begin to shift. There's something else that starts to happen too, something people don't expect. As your legs feel lighter, your energy begins to change. Because fluid buildup doesn't just affect your ankles, it affects your entire system, your circulation, your sleep, your recovery. When your body spends less time struggling to manage excess fluid, it has more capacity for everything else. You may find yourself waking up with more clarity, moving more easily, feeling less weighed down, both physically and mentally, and suddenly, the small habits you started don't feel like effort anymore. They feel like relief. That's when the shift becomes sustainable, when it stops feeling like something you have to do and starts feeling like something your body wants you to do. But let's go deeper for a moment, because there's a layer here that most people never think about. Your lymphatic system is not just about fluid. It's also deeply connected to your immune system. Every time lymph fluid moves, it carries waste, toxins, cellular debris, things your body no longer needs. When that system slows down, those substances don't disappear, they linger, they accumulate, and over time, That can contribute to inflammation, stiffness, a general sense of heaviness that people often attribute to just getting older, but in many cases, it's not just age, it's stagnation. And the moment you restore movement, you begin to restore flow. Flow is one of the most important principles in the body. Blood flow, lymph flow, breath, movement. When things flow, systems function. When flow is blocked, problems begin. So what you're really doing with these simple habits is not just reducing swelling. You're restoring flow. And when flow improves, multiple systems benefit at the same time. This is why the impact can feel bigger than expected. Because you're not just fixing one issue, you're influencing an entire network. Now here's something worth thinking about. Most people wait until discomfort becomes severe before they take action. They wait until the swelling is obvious, until the heaviness interferes with daily life, until sleep is consistently disrupted. But by that point, the system has been struggling for a long time. What you're doing now, by paying attention early, by responding to small signals, is changing that trajectory. You're not waiting for things to get worse. You're intervening while change is still easy. And that makes a difference, a significant one. Because the earlier you support a system, the easier it is to restore balance. Now imagine continuing this for a few weeks, then a few months. Your body begins to adapt to a new normal, a better normal. Swelling becomes less frequent, less noticeable, less disruptive. Sleep becomes deeper, more consistent. Movement feels easier, more natural. And something else happens too, something subtle, but powerful. You start trusting your body again. Instead of feeling like it's unpredictable or working against you, you begin to see how it responds, how it improves, how it adapts when given the right input. That shift in perception is just as important as the physical change, because when you trust your body, you're more likely to care for it, to support it, to stay consistent. And consistency is where the real transformation happens. Not in one day, not in one action, but in the accumulation of many small, intentional choices. So if you're still listening, this is your moment to decide something simple, not a big commitment, not a drastic change, just a decision to pay attention, to notice, to respond. Tonight, when you lie down, think about what your body has been doing all day, the fluid it has managed, the effort it has made, the signals it has sent, and instead of leaving it to handle everything on its own, give it a little help, a few minutes, a bit of movement, a small adjustment in timing, because sometimes the difference between discomfort and relief is not a major intervention. It's a small shift, done consistently. And once you experience that shift, even once, you begin to understand something very clearly. Your body is not fragile, it's responsive. It doesn't need perfection, it needs support. And when it receives that support, it responds in ways that feel almost surprising. So stay aware, stay consistent, and most importantly, stay connected to what your body is telling you, because the more you listen, the easier it becomes to respond in ways that actually make a difference, not just for today, but for how you feel tomorrow, and the day after that, and every day that follows.